Today we're in Bering 88. It's a final sea trial before delivery. Gorgeous weather. April in Antalya is absolutely magnificent. It's 25 degrees and 19 degrees of water. A mighty boat. We go in about 8 knots. Absolute silence. You can hear just exhaust. Inside of the boat it's silent. We will go and be in the pilot house and walk around the boat. Don't pay attention to all this packaging, it's pre-delivery. Everything will be taken out very soon. Maybe we'll have another walk, but for now it's all packed. You see this vast sun pad here. Quite a few people can fit here. Sea is smooth. Fortunately or unfortunately, we cannot show you the action of the waves, but we will go around the boat. Let's go to the pilot house and check it out. Now, after a long break, we're finally recording together with Fırat.
Yes, finally.
Fırat, can you tell us a little bit about the pilot house arrangements, what we have here? Something behind you, something in front of you,
Sure.
above you.
Of course.
If we can briefly go and explain.
Of course. So, as you know, this is the beautiful B80, and it's very nicely laid out pilot house. I actually enjoyed this one very, very much, I have to say. Again, in order not to lose any details, miss any details, let's begin with the port side, and we're gonna slowly move towards starboard. So as you can see here, I have the captain's chair and the helm. Within an arm's reach, I can easily access to all the 4 main screens, and on the extremities of the dashboard I have additional equipment. Really, it's very practical. Up there you have your backup of your bilge system, followed by your steering pump controls, multi-display Furuno screens, fully customizable, so I can have different things popping up here depending on what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, and what I prefer. Of course, we have the navigation light control panel. Again, this is a backup actually, as well as the exterior and floodlight control panel. Moving down, I have my first VHF here, my genset screen. This shows me every mechanical and electrical value of the generators, both of them. Right now we are running only one, of course. I reckon it's only running around maybe 60%, 50% load. We have quite a lot going on the boat. Still though, only one is running, and it's burning around 1.1 to 1.3 gallons, which makes, sorry US fellows, 4.5 liters.
6 liters.
Yeah, 1.6, anyway, you'll do the math, yeah. So moving on, we have the burning monitoring system, which is usually, you know, one of the primary, mostly the primary selection of controlling pretty much everything. So you can control literally everything here. Lights, pumps and blowers panel, searchlight. This is the autopilot's control panel, which can of course be controlled by here or here. We have the windlass, bow and stern thruster, main engine ignition keys, as well as engine screens here. Again, autopilot. So this is your steering gear, and here you have the joystick option too. And we have, of course, as you know, a backup emergency steering system. But what's beautiful with these ones is actually electrically they are wired separately. So if something, let's say, goes bad with one of the electrical components that is attached to one unit here, you always have the second one as a backup. And of course, you have the emergency steering system down there as your ultimate backup. The side power fins, we have 4 0-speed fins here. With the recent software update, I can actually control the fins individually. So you're in one of those remote places and all of a sudden a fishing net appears and wraps around one of your fins. You can easily disengage that one and keep your boat stabilized with the remaining 3 should the occasion requires. We have the electrical panel, the wipers, windlass, the horn, which can be configured automatically, whether you're cruising under fog or you have some emergency on the boat. so you can send out the appropriate sound signals with just a button of this display. We have the Furno's main switches here. Their AIS pilot plug if you like to use your computer. The water maker's control unit is there too. And behind Alexei there we have the fire alarm panel. Next to it we have the internal comms, the second VHF, Navtex, and the MFHF radio, which is one of my favorite devices to play with, I have to be honest. So very well laid out. The captain's cabin is right over there, again very comfortable. So it's actually one of the perfect layouts that I can think of for a captain if you're crewing a vessel like this. And yeah, the visibility is perfect. The AC is kicking, so you're not sweating at all or getting cold for that matter. And the chair is comfy. What else do you need? Yeah.
While Fırat is taking care of the driving, we will walk around the boat and show you a few features here. You see how vast this boat deck. We have replacing one last plank here. It's a great steelhead marine crane, 2,500 pounds capacity. It's about 1.2 tons. Place for the big tender and several toys here. Very vast space. You see this boat have a gym and the sauna with a view. It's incredible. Actually, first time we built something like this with a sauna, which have a panoramic window. Let's go to Flybridge. Again, plenty of space here. It's a space for launchers, for sun pad, nice place to relax. And the full kitchen. I guess we're missing the cover here. But it's a full kitchen with the grill, with the hob, with dishwasher, ice maker. It's a fully blown galley up here, which is useful. So now we're coming down to the cockpit. So here's the docking lines, nice capstans, bollards, and you see how vast this space. It's gigantic. This boat have a beam of 8.1 meter and it fills in every corner of this boat. So nice swim platform with the guardrails. Try the boat on all speeds today, including max speed, and our swim platform is dry. So the boat is not squatting, the boat is behaved perfectly. We're in the heart of the boat. This is the engine room. It looks a bit commercial, but it is a commercial. It's a charter class boat, commercial charter class. We have a lot of equipment here. Fırat will tell you in details. But the general thing about this, redundancy. We have two main engines, we have two generators, we have 3 air conditioning compressors, we have 2 pumps in case we need the second one, 2. Many things you will see is 2. Vital and non-vital equipment we're trying to do with redundancy built in. That you don't need to fix something on the way. You can switch to the secondary system or to the backup and complete your journey until you can fix it in proper condition. Again, this is commercial engine room. All the piping is rigid. All the fuel piping is stainless steel. You know, even oil change piping is stainless steel. You cannot find hoses here, just small connections to the engines, to the equipment which have vibration. We have very short hoses, but that's about it. On this boat, everything is class approved because, as I mentioned, this is Rena commercial charter class vessel. Fırat, can you maybe start with this beautiful manifold since you're already here?
Sure, why not? Just like Alexei said, doesn't really feel like an 80-footer. Really feels like a ship. And if we were to go through every system one by one, we would be stuck here for a long time. Let's do a slightly detailed overview. This is our fuel manifold. As you can see, we have plenty of tanks, and you can actually transfer fuel from each tank to the other, as well as to the day tank. And in the meantime, you can polish them thanks to this reverso polishing system that we have that you can use, which of course won't surprise you the following. Of course, we have a redundant system for a backup, as well as a manual pump right here. So 3 backups. And of course the Alfa Naval. So if you're in one of those places where the quality of the fuel is more than questionable, I've been there myself plenty of times, you don't have to rely on the word of the fuel supplier, which is never accurate. You have plenty of systems on board that will make sure that the fuel reaching to your essential systems is polished, separated, filtered, and ready to go, and nothing's gonna harm any of the essential systems. The main engine here, sided by the filters, of course. We've talked about the fuel polishing systems. We have the anti-fouling right over there. Here we have the Kohler. These ones are 35 kW. Very well designed generators. I actually quite like them. Only one of them, you have the second one right over there, only one of them is more than enough to power pretty much everything that's on board. So you don't have to use both of them at the same time. You never do, actually. So you can switch, and they can switch automatically amongst themselves. Now we have an electrical panel here with some displays on top. The chiller units, I'm not sure if you can see it, but they're over there. So chiller units chilling down the engine room here. But behind you are 2 huge fans that make sure that there's a healthy airflow in the engine room when all the systems are running, especially if you're in a hot climate such as Antalya, nothing's gonna overheat, so you have a good and healthy airflow. We have the oil change system here, so you can replace and fill the oil used by the transmission, the engines, the generators, without really poking anything through or getting into weird places. So it's all here, very well managed, easily operated. Here we have the power pack of the hydraulic unit. All the cooling pumps and the sea chests are beneath, of course. And what do we have here? We have the main unit of the chillers. So we have 3 in this case. The sewage unit is here. The dosing is right behind you. And underneath is the water maker, which is actually quite big. If I'm not mistaken, this one is close to, I want to say, 500 liters per hour. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I cannot really remember. Apologies. So, I have an overbuilt Belgian fire pump system, backup of which is actually located somewhere else. And again, you can see all the exhaust systems, separators, mufflers. The second genset is right here, as we said. Very packed, very, very overbuilt, but easy to manage, easy to service. And yeah, it really feels not like an 80-footer. Very nice headroom as well. Well, not a problem for me, but for those tall fellows out there, you won't have a problem. Beautiful, beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, also need to mention, this boat have a C-torque shafting system, so the engines mount flexibly, and we have a cardan connection between the thrust bearing and the engine. Absence of vibration and very quiet environment throughout the boat is mainly because we did a lot of percussions, a lot of things we did right here at the engine room to make sure that everything quiet and vibration free. So as well as insulation, everything is thoroughly insulated with system which we developed for our boats, and from smallest boat to the largest boats we pretty much use the same sound suppression system. All the exhausts are resting on the frames which is attached to the floor of the engine. There is nothing attached to the ceiling or to the sides because it creates some vibration because exhaust is naturally vibrating. You can see the complexity of this piping of the hydraulic system. It's 4 hydraulic fins, it's 2 hydraulic windlasses, it's bow and stern thruster, also hydraulic. It's a very robust and complex system with the backup, with the electrical backup, but it's powered by 2 135 cc hydraulic pumps attached to the PTO of the gearbox of the main engines, and the power pack electrical, it's for the fin stabilization at anchor. When the main engine's not working, the generator produces enough electricity to power the fins. Of course, it's zero speed fins, and 4 fins stabilize this boat perfectly.
It consumes very little too, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
The biggest consumers are the thrusters. They're 53 horsepower thrusters, equal power, so totaling 106 horsepower. It takes some power from the main engines. That's what we have on this boat. Mm-hmm. And of course, if we would lift this flooring, it's much more pumps and equipment down below us. It's not everything you can see on the surface, although everything is accessible. That's a key for the engine rooms, to have a quick access to all the vital and non-vital equipment.
And of course, a very robust and safe fire suppression system should something goes wrong. Yeah, built like a ship.
We finish our last sea trial. The boat will spend one more night here at the free zone, and tomorrow she will be moved to next door marina and start her journey, lifetime journey. We will stay close to the boat, we'll take care of the boat. I hope owner will enjoy.